Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, so it's time for us to do our Free It Friday video. And today we have a mix of cars for you. Actually, cars and trucks. We have 3 Chevys and 1 Mopar. And a couple are brands that I hardly ever buy unless I'm picking them up for someone or to resell. And that is the cartoon series. But these two I picked up because I'm using them for will donors. And I think I showed you guys these before, but I'll show you again in case we have some new viewers who have not seen them yet. I'm trying to find the second one, but I don't know what I did with it. Well, anyways, here is a truck I've wheel swapped. One of my power wagons that I put on a 2-wheel drive base and put some gold Daytons on it. These gold Daytons have come from the cartoon series, the MGA Entertainment brand. And anyways, I love this truck in this candy magenta color. This is from the Pink Chrome series that was a Walmart exclusive, online exclusive, I should say. So they were a little bit tougher to get, but they're still available if you guys check walmart.com. But they come as a 4x4 Power Wagon W200. But you can do base swapping and things like that, like I do. Well, anyways, I picked up a couple of these guys today at Walmart, and I got them entirely for the purpose of will donors. They are sometimes a little hard to work with. Now let's go ahead and get this one off the card. I have not opened these yet at all. As I said, I just purchased these today, and I don't know, I'm really not into the cartoon stuff. They're okay, but if I'm going to collect something cartoonish like that or a little exaggerated, nothing beats the Johnny Lightning Zingers, in my opinion. Now, like the cars that they had back in the 90s, the muscle machines, they were pretty cool. They kind of reminded me in a way of some of the Johnny Lightning Zingers. Even not Out of World, but Hot Wheels has done one of a Javelin that looks like a Zinger. Those are cool. Those are the cartoonish cars that I like. These little stubby things, I don't know, they're kind of cute in a way, but just not my cup of tea. But as you can see with these Daytons, they have some really long axle, I don't even know what to call them, like inputs. They're female ends on the back of the wheel the axle slides into. And usually I'm used to seeing stuff that are kind of like that. You got just a little bit, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 inch nipple or axle input, whatever you want to call it. But these are like 1/4 of an inch, and I don't know why they didn't make it up with the base instead of doing that with the wheel, but they didn't. So now the wheels have these huge adapters, but they're actually made as part of the wheel. So what I do, I take them off and I use a nail file to file them down, and it works pretty good. It goes pretty quickly, surprisingly, and you have to get them filed down quite a bit. As you can see, these are the same set. These came off of 57 Chevy also, from Cartoon MGA Entertainment. And anyways, as you can see how much I filed off the back of the wheel. And sometimes when you go down that far, the axle doesn't go in the wheel very, very far. So sometimes you have a little bit of play. It's almost like a real lowrider, the way you have like different camber and it kind of toes in on the top and stuff. But it's cool though. I mean, you can get it and make it where it rolls good. So I have no problem. But these are some of the best looking wire spokes that are a bigger diameter. You can get, if you're trying to do it cheap on a budget instead of buying like the aftermarket wheels that are usually pretty expensive, like 10 to 15 bucks a set. For the Dayton wire style wheels, you can use these, or you can use the wire spokes that Auto World has. Auto World has some pretty nice wire spokes, but they are to represent a like 13-inch diameter Dayton, like the 13 by 7s, and they are true to scale, so they are pretty tiny. But they do look good on some cars. Usually they look good on other auto worlds. Like I took the gold Daytons off of the gold Lincoln they did earlier in the year, and I put them on my ultra red 70 Kingswood Estate, and it looked fantastic. Now these wheels look really good on these trucks. I tried a set of chrome Dayton's from Auto World on one of these trucks, and it just did not work good. The base actually bottomed out because the profile of the tire was so tiny, it just didn't work out too well. I'm trying to find that other one that has the chrome spokes. Oh, there it is. I knew I had it there somewhere. So here is one with the chrome wires. I left the white wall showing on this one because two-tone with like the beige or mustard colored and the white, the off-white coloring. The white walls and the chrome wire spokes look pretty good on this one. And as I said, you got to file them down, and they do usually like work out pretty good. You just got to be patient. Don't lose patience. Then you'll mess them up if you start getting impatient and take a Dremel and try to grind them down. That may work. And also, I thought about on one of these to take the Dremel cutoff wheel and cut a big chunk of it off before I start filing. That way it saves me a little bit of time, because yeah, it does take a lot of time to file those down. As you can see, there's a lot of work there, a lot of stuff to file off. So anyways, let's get on to the 56 Nomad. And this is a cool looking car. I like it. And it's a wagon. Almost tempted to like throw it in my wagon collection, but it is a little bit too small. Now, back in the day, in the 70s and 80s, people would take four-door Tri-5 Chevys, the 55, 56, 57, also referred to as the Tri-5s. They would take the four doors and cut them down and make stubby little race cars out of them. And some of them looked pretty good. Some were way too short. And there have been some that were on the road that kind of looked like that, or just way, way too short of a wheelbase. But there are some that are done properly, and they look pretty good. But anyways, yeah, this is a little bit too small after looking at it. So that changed my mind right away. So now I have a set of chrome and a set of gold Dayton spokes to put on whatever I may come across. I got the pink chrome step-side Chevy coming, and I'm going to base swap it to a lowered base, and I'm not sure what wheels I'm going to use, if it's going to be like a 5-spoke or kind of a billet wheel design or spokes. Not sure yet. But these gold spokes do look beautiful on that candy magenta. They call it pink chrome. I call it candy magenta because it's pretty much what it looks like. It doesn't look like chrome. The Spectra Flame paint from Hot Wheels is chrome. But this is just a really nicely polished candy, in my opinion. So next is one that has a cool story behind it. Now, when I lived in the Philippines, I had this one, but I could not find a regular version of it. I only could find the green machine. So I picked up the green machine, but really I didn't like it with those green wheels on it like that. And I sold the one I had since then. And I've been looking for another one, but when I do find the regular ones, they're expensive. They're like between 20 and 30 bucks, and sometimes they sell for like 20 to 22. I've seen them go for maybe even as high as 25. And I just didn't want to pay that for a Durango. I did for the Mopar edition ones, the blue one and the red one. I paid 18 bucks a piece for them, but these GL muscle ones, I figured were $10 trucks at the most, but I was wrong. Like, it took me a while to find the gray one. I ended up buying the whole series of the GL muscle to get the gray Durango, and I sold the other cars. This guy here started life as a green machine. As you can see, I wheel swapped it. And this truck was in, let's see, GL Muscle, and it is Series 21. And anyways, it is a cool looking Durango. I like the black metallic. They call it black diamond, and I can see why. The metallic looks like little diamonds in it. It's really nice looking. And the red racing stripes, the SRT hood. It looks really, really cool. And I like the way that the silver trimmed split spoke wheels look. Now these wheels actually came off of a Jeep Trackhawk from JKM. I just got tired of seeing the same wheels on all of my JKM Trackhawks. So I changed them around a little bit and put custom wheels on them. And I had a set left over, the stock ones, and I was like, wow, those would be perfect on the Durango. So I put them on there, and it pops. It looks really good. As I said, a lot of times I did not like the silver trim. I ended up painting some of my wheels either all silver or all black, and they do look good. And I think I left one of the Trackhawks with the stock silver trim. But on the Durango, it actually looks pretty good. If I get tired of it, I can always paint it black or paint it some other wild color. Maybe paint it red to match the stripes or something like that. But it's definitely better than that dark green. I like that green color, that green, like an emerald green chrome, kind of like the base. The color looks sick as a paint job on a car. I would have loved to have seen this thing with that color paint on it against that red stripe. It would have looked like a Christmas Durango, but they didn't do that. They just did the green base and the green wheels. And so I had to change it because I'm not a big fan of the green wheel green machines. The green paint ones, yeah, I like those. I got a couple of Ram Chargers that have the green paint, and they look great. I have a couple wagons with the green paint. Love them, but they don't have green wheels on them. One of them does. I think one of the Ram Chargers does, but it looks like it should be that way because they're still rims, and they are painted to look like the color of the truck. So they kind of corresponds pretty well. So anyways, moving on to our last piece. This is a truck that just grabbed my attention. Really liked the way it looked, and I really liked the price. Because most of these that I found, these like 18 to like 2022 dualies. Now the 20, like 19 to 22 are a little bit different body style, or the 2020 to 22. I can't remember when they changed the 3500. It was a year or two later than when they changed to 1500. But anyways, I seen the same, and it was only $8, $7.99. I was like, wow, I gotta have that. That's a sweet looking 3500, and it's based on the older body style. The 2000, say like 11 and till like 2018, that style. So looks really, really cool. And anyways, I picked it up, and it's already been opened. As you can see, these packages that they have nowadays with these big blisters that have indents in them and stuff like that, they're very thick plastic and very, very hard to cut open and open like a door. Usually it's so thick it just cracks and breaks off. So I could not leave it where there's a door, and I have to kind of pull this out over here on the side because it's just so hard to get that out of there because of how thick the plastic is. As you can see, this is a metallic darker red. I think it's called Cajun red. I'm not sure if it said it on the package or not. So I'm checking now to see if there's anywhere that it said the color. This is Series 15 of the dually drivers. This is a really cool series from Greenlight. I did one of their first series back when I lived in the Philippines, and I loved all those trucks. They were really cool. It's just that some of the tow trucks, the boom doesn't work. None of the hitch setup or nothing works like the old C10. Looks cool, but nothing functions, unfortunately. So that's why these regular pickups, though, however, they look awesome. And this truck will look fantastic pulling a fifth wheel gooseneck style trailer. And I have one already, but I'm using it with my Mopar truck. I need to get another one to put on the back of this and have it towing like maybe the blue Camaros or something. I have a red Nova that would look good behind it. Actually, it's right here behind a 2020 model 1500. Yeah, I do pick up the occasional Chevy or GMC truck when it catches my eye because I just can't resist. I love trucks, and GM and Chevy have some of the best looking trucks on the road, classic and new. I still like my Dodges, don't get me wrong, but I do have a soft spot for the Chevrolet and GMC trucks. So that's it for our Free It Friday today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm not sure if we'll be back over the weekend. We'll see what we get in the mail. We'll see what we find at the stores because stores are starting to stock more often because of the holidays. So we're going to keep searching Walmart like every 2 or 3 days and see what we can find. So if something happens to pop up, we'll do a video on it over the weekend. Be sure to turn on your notification bell so you know when we do drop something new. And also, if you've not subscribed yet, please do so and leave us a thumbs up because that does help us move up in the algorithm and it will help our channel grow. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching and have a great weekend.